Baker Mayfield is now the official starter for the Panthers going into week 1. He beats out Sam Darnold for that starting position. The Lakers trade for Patrick Beverley. He's a Laker, so I'm going to support him, but I've never been the biggest fan of Beverley. I don't like his antics and his energy on the court, but I do respect that he is a above average defender. So does improve the Lakers. We'll talk about it. Also, there's 2 draws we got to talk about. Champions League draw came out. Real Madrid has a pretty favorable group, but we'll see how it goes. And the US Open draw is out. Nadal's path to his 23rd Grand Slam has been set. It does look manageable. We'll talk about it on this episode 101 of the Hard to Handle Sports Podcast. Let's get started. Baker Mayfield is now the official starter for the Panthers going into this NFL season. Are we surprised? Are we really shocked that he's the starter for the Panthers after trading for him, after seeing how bad Sam Darnold played last year? No, not really. I had touched on this when they traded for him, and my prediction, I think I'll play the clip. Either way, this is either gonna play out. He's gonna win the starting job, or they're gonna kind of hand it to him. No matter what, either way, if he starts week 1, they're gonna probably give him half the season to get it together. Ultimately, I don't think he's gonna get it together, and he's gonna get benched for Sam Darnold. And then I think Sam Darnold is not gonna play that good, and then they're gonna swap him in and out. Or the other scenario is Baker Mayfield is a little too late in the offseason. He's not gonna win the starting job week 1. Sam Darnold is gonna be there week 1. He's going to be given less than half the season because Baker Mayfield is that new toy that they just traded for. So Sam Darnold's not going to play good either. He's going to start 3 to 4 games. By that 4th game, he's going to get benched at halftime. Baker Mayfield's going to come in. He's probably going to give him a little bit of a spark just because it's something different. And then 5 weeks later, they're going to be jumbling quarterbacks again. But now it comes out that Baker Mayfield is, it's his time. It's his time to see if he could, revitalize his career that, probably hasn't gone as he wished. He did get offered a long-term deal last offseason with the Browns. He bet on himself. He wanted more money. He thought he could, improve this previous season, and he didn't. And now he's kind of paying for that. He should have signed that long-term deal. Sometimes, I forgot who said this, but I think it was Nick Wright. It says, we always hear about the people that bet on themselves and win because, it's obvious. It's a good story. Everyone's going to know. But we never really hear about the stories where people bet on themselves and then they fell. And I think that was Baker Mayfield this time. He bet on himself and he got injured. His shoulder was hurting. He had some nagging injuries and his play was just not good overall, even before the injury. So we'll see how it goes. I do think he's probably slightly better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has more physical talents, I say, but Baker Mayfield has had more success in the NFL. So we'll see. I mean, they do have, some McCaffrey back, and they have that underrated wide receiver, Moore. He's pretty good. He's really good, actually. So we'll see how Sam Darnold does. We'll see how the offense caters to him. It'll be a big help if McCaffrey can stay healthy, but, the last couple of years, that hasn't been the case, so we'll see. What do you guys think? You think Baker Mayfield is going to hold on to that starting position all 18 weeks? Or are you more like in my boat where you think, yeah, this is going to be temporary? It's cool that he's a week 1 starter, and congrats to him for beating out Sam Darnold in the short time he was there. But I don't think this is going to go too hot. And, some of it is not his fault. The Panthers are not the best team either. But yeah, I don't think he has the talent to elevate a team or to hold on to this position when there's another quarterback Hungry trying to play too, and the team is, not that talented. But we'll see. Maybe he proves me wrong. Hey, he's been proving people wrong his whole life, being a walk-on in college, Heisman, all that good stuff, number 1 overall pick, playing QB position at, not being the tallest person and playing the QB position in the NFL. So, you never know. I wish him the best. Baker Mayfield's cool. When he's playing good and his swag is high, he's a very entertaining player, and I like how he kind of carries himself. His commercials kind of funny. So this pivotal year, we're in that time where he could either revitalize his career or career backup for the rest of your NFL career. So it's a big year for Baker Mayfield, and we'll see how he does. But now we got to talk about Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley to the Lakers. Like, this is some crazy stuff. Patrick Beverley, who, most people will remember him from his time with the Clippers. He was good with the Rockets. Westbrook and Patrick Beverley, they have their history. That's one of the main reactions that people were saying. Like, how is Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook going to coincide? A lot of people just took it like it probably means Russell Westbrook is out of here. He's going to leave. And then there's other people that think it could work. Like Kendrick Perkins today, he said that Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook actually could be the most dangerous defensive backcourt in the NBA. I could see where he's coming from because Patrick Beverley is like a very tenacious defender, and he's like a nuisance. He's a gnat, and like he's just gonna be all up on your grill the whole game. And sometimes his actual defense gets a little overrated, but his effort has never been overrated at all. Like, he brings it every day. Like, on defense, he's always on it. Like, yeah, he's 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" on a generous day. He's more like 6'0", 6'1". But he always tries. He always brings that energy. He's not necessarily like the most lockdown defender. He is good at poking balls out. He's good at stealing. He's a good defender, but I think his defense sometimes gets overrated. His effort never gets overrated. Like, he's just gonna chase you around. He's gonna switch on everybody. He's gonna have the energy. So that's good. I'm excited about that. But we'll see. Patrick Beverley did hurt Russell Westbrook when he was with the Rockets. Kind of cost OKC a championship. They were like one of the favorites to win it, and then Russell Westbrook had to have stuff done on his knee, and he was out for the playoffs, and KD and OKC eventually lost. And then they've had other encounters. Westbrook has said that he's fooling everybody, he's just running around. And then Patrick Bev was like kind of getting on his girl, going on sports shows talking about Russell Westbrook, and it's been funny to see it happen, but we'll see how it plays out. Like, does it mean Westbrook is gonna leave? Probably. Like, it's been no secret the Lakers have been trying to move Westbrook this whole offseason, or at least the last 2 months, really actively trying to get rid of him. So I don't think Patrick Beverley even adds. Maybe it does add a little bit just because they don't mix, but they were already trying to move him. But yeah, like Rob Pelinka said, Beverley's toughness and competitive spirit. That's what Patrick Beverley brings. Like, I don't think people are saying he's a catch and shoot shooter. Like, yeah, he's decent, but he's gonna shoot 2 a game, if maybe 3, if that. Like, he's really just coming for the defense. On the trade part, THT. He had his moments, but for the last year and a half, it's just been, nothing. Just a lot of dumb turnovers. Looks like he wasn't really improving as a player. And I don't know if that's on the Lakers or if that's on THT. Like, the Lakers players have gone on to other teams and, been relatively successful. Like, they've actually developed their game. Lonzo's good. Brandon Ingram's good. Randall, he got paid. He had one really good year with the Knicks. We'll see how he does this year after a down year last year. But we'll see how THT does. When he's playing good, THT does have some NBA talent that you're like, whoa, he could, he controls his body pretty good. He knows how to use it. He knows how to throw it around and get contact, and he could score. He could get a bucket. And then there's other games where he's just like, bro, you're the worst 3-point shooter in the NBA, dude. Don't shoot a 3. Just go to attack the rim, and then you attack the rim, and your handles aren't the crispiest, and you get stuck in the air, and you just cause turnovers. So, am I super stoked about this trade? I'm kind of indifferent, to be honest. Yeah, THT is young, and I liked him when he first got to Lakers, and I thought, we draft pretty good, and that was, a low-key steal that we got him. And I was hopeful to see him develop, but not too mad about it. Patrick Beverley, I think he is going to be good with the Lakers, defense, that spirit. If we do keep Westbrook, if we do keep them together, it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be reality TV show. But, he might actually be a player that gets Westbrook to try. just out of pure ego, like out of pure like I don't know. I don't want this guy to outdo me. Like I've talked so much shit now with teammates. We're literally being compared against each other like every game. Like, So we'll see. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe like Patrick Beverley being with the Lakers is gonna motivate Westbrook. Like he's gonna try even harder just because it's like, bro, like they're trading for this guy. Like how is his trade gonna be more impactful than when they traded for me? And just out of pure like, jealousy or pure, ego, he's gonna try better. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I'm pretty sure the Lakers are still trying to get rid of Westbrook, and we'll see where he ends up. Like that Buddy Hield and Miles Turner has been lingering for like what seems like 2 years now. So we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Let me know what you guys think, Laker fans, NBA fans. Like, does this really move the needle? Does this do anything? If anything, maybe it moves the needle a little bit, just because Patrick Beverley is a dog. Like he's one of those players that you hate to play against. You hate when he's on a rival team, especially. And then, but like you're supposed to love him. That's what everybody says. Like you're just supposed to love it when he's on your team. And the Lakers haven't really had someone like that in a while. Like maybe Morris, but I think the other Morris was a little more like that. The Morris that we had is a little more low key. Like he'll fight a little bit and he'll cause a scuffle, but he doesn't do it like consistently the whole game. Maybe Montrezl Harrell, but he didn't really shine that well with us. So we'll see. Like what was the last nuisance that the Lakers had that was like one of those players that you say you hate to play against him, but you love him on your team? Who's the last Laker player to do that? I can't remember. Like even Caruso, I don't think Caruso played. Like I don't think anyone really hates playing against Caruso. You just love him. So I don't know. Let you guys let me know who you guys think is the last like nuisance player the Lakers had. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But now we have Beverley, and he'll play that Draymond Green role where he's just Energizer Bunny. He brings the energy. He gets everyone fired up. He'll get the crowd going. Just because he's not shy to go up to the crowd and tell them to like stand the fuck up and give us some energy. So we'll see. I'm now that I keep thinking about it, I might be a little excited to see how he pumps up the Lakers. Shout at Westbrook. Someone has to break through to Westbrook. That has been his problem his whole career, kind of like with Billy Donovan and all the coaches. They just can't get through to him. They can't tell him to like try on defense, not just walk around. Even when he was with OKC. So we'll see. We'll see how Beverley does. I'm definitely, now that I've talked about it, I'm definitely a little bit more open than when I first started talking about it or when the trade first went down. But we'll see. And now we have come to the time to talk about two very important draws. The US Open draw and the Champions League draw. I think I'll start with the Champions League draw first. We have A through H groups. I'll quickly go over them. Group A, Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, Rangers. Pretty good group. Liverpool, Napoli, the clear favorites to get out of there. Ajax, Hawks, they're definitely a team to be in there too. But Napoli, we'll see how they get out. Group B, Porto, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, Club Brugge. Porto, Madrid, it's a pretty solid group. Atletico Madrid, the strongest team in there. Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Victoria Pleasant. Barcelona might not make it out of the group stage, man. Inter Milan, Bayern, two tough teams in the Barcelona group. Barcelona is going to be must-watch TV. We'll see what happens with that game. Group D, Frankfurt, Spurs, Sporting, and Marseille. Spurs, I think they get out, and because they have content, he's a beast of a coach. And then after that, either Frankfurt or Marseille. But we'll see. Sporting, I like Sporting too, but we'll see how they do. And then Group E, AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb. I think AC Milan and Chelsea, but don't count out Salzburg. And actually, it should be Milan and Chelsea pretty easily, although Chelsea hasn't been that impressive to start the season. Group F, Real Madrid, Leipzig, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Celtic. Should be Leipzig and Madrid. And then Group G, City, Sevilla, Borussia, and Copenhagen. It's a pretty interesting group. That one's kind of tough. City, obviously, they have the most deep team in the world. Sevilla, they're Mr. UEFA, Mr. Europa League, and then Borussia. We'll see how they do. I would say City and Borussia, and Sevilla probably are a strong third, and they go to the Europa League. And then Group H, PSG, Juve, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. That one's pretty interesting. PSG and Juve are the clear favorites. Benfica will definitely have a say. But overall, interesting draw. I think as a Real Madrid fan, I'm pretty content with the group. RB Leipzig, Shakhtar, and Celtic. We'll see how they do. We'll see how the boys do. I think Real Madrid is damn near a lock to make it to the knockout stages. I think obviously Manchester City is a lock. And then after that, let's see. Liverpool, Napoli. Liverpool, I wouldn't say it's a lock. Yeah, the groups are pretty balanced. AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg. One of those two, AC Milan and Chelsea, I'm pretty sure those two will get out. Yeah, I think overall, I think the groups are pretty balanced. I like how the groups are looking. I think the most interesting part of this draw is definitely the Barcelona Bayern being paired up in the same group. Like that's gonna be fun. Like there's a lot of history there. Barcelona spent a lot of money this year, a lot of money, like a lot, and they mortgaged their future too. So they definitely need to go deep into this tournament. They need to go deep. They need to get that prize money. They need to get their fans getting into their team, spending money on their team. They need all the revenue they could get, and we'll see how they do. But definitely a tough group for Barcelona. Bayern, Barcelona, Inter. Inter is a good team. Lautaro Martinez, he's a beast, man. Argentina has a good team right now. Just to segue real quick, Argentina has a pretty deep squad. They have a lot of players going forward, and Lautaro is one of them. We'll see how Tottenham does in their return to the Champions League. Like I said, I like Conte a lot. I think Conte is a great coach. I like the energy that he brings. I like how he had that little altercation with Tuchel. I think that was cool. Like I'm pretty sure the players are gonna love him, or like that's something that makes the players just like defend the crest even harder for the team. Like, oh, I just thought Lewandowski's returning to Bayern. Now he's gonna be with Barcelona. So that's pretty crazy. And Haaland is with Manchester City, and Borussia's in their group. That's crazy. Di Maria is going to play against Benfica and against PSG. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to see Lewandowski. I was already Barcelona. Bayern was already like the coolest one. Even as a Real Madrid fan, like I'm kind of rooting for a blowout Bayern way. But like, there's people talking about, is this rigged? Like all these matchups, Liverpool, Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Porto, Bayern, Barca, Spurs, Sporting, Chelsea, Milan, Real Madrid, City, PSG, Juve. We'll see how Juve does. There's a little bit of days in the transfer window left. We'll see if Ronaldo gets a transfer to one of these teams. Like Mr. Champions League is not in the Champions League, so man, we'll see. Like United is still trying to get Frankie De Jong. Like I kind of want Ronaldo to go somewhere. Even Chelsea, that'd be cool. Chelsea's been struggling, so I could see them doing some like last minute stuff to like get their team better. But we'll see. What do you guys think about the Champions League draw? Like I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty nicely spread draw. As always, like the main reactions I'm seeing from this is Real Madrid getting an easy draw, even though Real Madrid just had the hardest path to a Champions League victory like ever. PSG, City, Liverpool, who else? Chelsea. Like, bro, come on, are you serious? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, they went through the hardest path. Like, Stop that nonsense. And obviously Barcelona versus Bayern, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be fun. But we'll see. Like, I want Ronaldo in Champions League, so we'll see if anybody makes a transfer for him. And I'm excited to see all these returns of players to their previous teams. Like, that's gonna be fun. But let me know what you guys think about this UCL draw. Who do you guys think could potentially get knocked out in the first round? I'm seeing Juve. A lot of people think Juve might not make it out of the group. We'll see. The old lady. And now let's wrap this podcast up going over the U.S. men's singles draw for the US Open. A lot of people, there's always people that complain with the draws, and it makes sense. Like, obviously, fans are gonna defend their favorite players. They're gonna try to, get a topic moving their way, sway the conversation to make their favorite player look more impressive. And we'll just see. So Nadal's draw for this fifth U.S. Open would be round 1, wild card Hijikata, round 2 Karatsev, round 3 Kekmanovic, round 4 Schwartzman. Happy birthday, Schwartzman! He just turned 30. Quarterfinals Cameron Norrie, semifinals Alcaraz, and final Medvedev. That's his predicted route to the U.S. Open. And honestly, I don't know why people are tripping so hard. Medvedev, returning champion, obviously in the final. He's predicted to be in the final, number 1 seed. He's a beast, defensive player. Should have maybe beat him at the Australian Open, but kind of choked it, and Nadal came back. Alcaraz, he's definitely cooled down the second half of 2022, but he's a beast. Like, that's not an easy walk. Alcaraz already defeated Nadal this year, I believe, in Madrid. Cameron Norrie's having the best year of his career. I think he's number 10 now in the world. He's the number 7 seed in the US Open. Cameron Norrie, I think he made the semis at the Wimbledon. He made like quarters around the 16 at Roland Garros. He's having a great year, like amazing year. Cameron Norrie's like no easy player. Like, he'll return everything. Like, he'll make you really beat him. Schwartzman, Schwartzman just keeps, staying in the top 20, consistently staying in the top 20. Kekmanovic, he's had some good results too. I think I remember seeing him do really good it was either I'm pretty sure it was Miami that I saw him do good. So he's, obviously Nadal is going to be favorite in all of these. But, like, is it a cakewalk? Miami Open, yeah, he made it to the quarterfinals in the 3-set tiebreak against Alcaraz. I remember that. That was great. He beat Taylor Fritz, Sebastian Korda, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Jack Sock in the Miami Open. Like, that was a good run. And he almost beat Alcaraz. Yeah, I remember that. He was good. He's good. That's not and then in the Serbia Open, he took Djokovic to 3 sets. Pretty impressive. Like, let's just see semifinal of the Madrid Open. He lost to Nadal, tiebreak in the second round. So he's played Nadal this year. First round he lost to Schwartzman. French Open, he got to the third round. Medvedev, lost to Audi, lost to Molkan. Wimbledon, he lost to Djokovic. Okay, so Djokovic had him on his path to Wimbledon, third round. Exactly where he's supposed to have Nadal this year. Karatsev, really, really hard 2022. He struggled so much. He's not even seeded. And he was like a top 20 seed last year. Came out of nowhere. I saw countless videos on YouTube talking about how he rose to, top 15 ranking in the world. I think top 20, top 15 maybe. Hijikata, yeah. So honestly, I don't think it's the easiest draw. Like, obviously, it's not the hardest. He could have had a Kyrgios somewhere in there because he's still not like the highest ranking player. He could have had, but there's players missing too. Like, Zverev's not there. So he would have been somewhere, or that would have completely shaken up the draft if. And Djokovic is not there, so that would have, you got to consider that. Like, two top players means that, some of these paths are not going to have another quality player against them. But like I said, Hijikata, Karatsev, Kekmanovic, Schwartzman, like, he should be all of those pretty comfortably, if I do say so myself. Karatsev could, if he gets hot, he could challenge him with this forehand. Kekmanovic, he's pretty consistent, when he's on, he's pretty consistent, but Nadal should be able to beat him. Schwartzman could give him a little bit of trouble. I believe Schwartzman has even beaten him in clay, so he's had some success against Nadal. But I don't think Schwartzman's in the best form right now. Norrie, Alcaraz, Medvedev, quarterfinal, semifinal, final. That's not the easiest of draw. But I see where people are coming from. They're always gonna hate on everything. So I'm not surprised. If we were to quickly look at Medvedev's before we wrap this up, Rublev's draw. Gier, Kawan, Shapovalov. I guess he could have gotten Shapo, but Shapo, he's struggling too. Norrie, Rune, Nadal, Schwartzman. Oh, okay. So Nadal could face Rublev in the quarterfinals instead of Schwartzman. I think maybe people rate Rublev a little bit higher than Schwartzman. Did Rublev fall off the map on the rankings, or why don't they have him? 11. Schwartzman 16. Nadal, Schwartz. Oh, because it'll be Nadal or Schwartzman. Yeah, because Schwartzman would lose to Nadal. So quarterfinal. Oh, so it could be Rublev instead of Norrie. Which I think people would say it's a little bit harder. So Rublev, Alcaraz, Medvedev, quarterfinal, semifinal, final. If you don't rate Norrie like that, I think. But Rublev, he's not in the hottest form either. And Sinner, let's look at Sinners real quick. Lucky loser, Griggs, Kapoor, Shapo, FAA, Nadal. Let's see, Berrettini's, Draper, Sonego, Kyrgios, Medvedev, Norrie. Whew. Yeah, good luck, Berrettini. Kyrgios, Medvedev, Norrie, starting in round 3. That's pretty intense. Let's see, Felix would get qualifier, Draper, Kachanov, Carreño Busta, or Ziminar, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Ruud. Honestly, there's not too many people that are going to challenge for this title. It's either Medvedev, Nadal, Kyrgios, like not having Zverev and Djokovic, like two people that could have legit won this. Like who really could win it? It's either Medvedev, Nadal, Alcaraz, Kyrgios, maybe Tsitsipas, but I don't think he will. I think he has Kyrgios in his jaw, and Kyrgios has Medvedev in their jaw too. So that's crazy. So. I mean, what are you guys thinking? Like, I'm super pumped. Like, we're like 3 days away from it officially starting, and I'm pumped. Regardless if Djokovic is not there, I see where people are coming from. But like Nadal said, the sport is bigger than any player, and I'm gonna be excited regardless. I'm super pumped up to see how this plays out. But let me know what you guys think. We quickly went over some of the US Open draws. Nick Kyrgios is going against Thanasi Kokkinakis in the first round. That's gonna be so sick. Like that's gonna be fun. Let me just look quickly at Kyrgios' draw. Okay, so here's Nadal's Fagini, Karatsev, Kecmanovic. Oh, Tiafoe. So the hardest it could probably get is Tiafoe, Rublev, Alcaraz. We'll see. Anyways. Kyrgios is going to be in the same path as Danny Medvedev, so he'll kind of just take over Daniil Medvedev's path. So, okay, here we go. Nick Kyrgios' potential path to victory at the US Open. Kokkinakis, Humbert, Carreño Bustos, Medvedev, FAA, Tsitsipas, and Nadal. Sheesh, this is actually pretty good. Like, he should beat Kokkinakis. Emotions are gonna be high. He did talk about how when he played Deminar at the Montreal, like it was a hard. I think Montreal or Cincinnati, one of those two. It was like tough for him. He just wanted to get it over because, you know, that's his boy. So it's gonna be even harder with Kokkinakis. Like if that affected him with Deminar, Kokkinakis, he's gonna be all over the place. So maybe upset potential, but he should be Humbert. He should be able to take care of Carreño Busta, even though Carreño Busta just won his first Masters 1000 winning at Cincinnati. And Medvedev, he's like 1-3 against Medvedev. Auger Elysium, we'll see how he does. Tsitsipas, he's like has a good record against Tsitsipas too. Kyrgios could do it, man. Kyrgios could do it. We'll see how it goes out. But like, I'm super pumped up for the US Open. I hope you guys are too. This has been episode 101 of the Hard to Handle Sports Podcast. Have a great rest of your Friday. Have a good day.